Let me bring up the SPY here. Today's date is Monday, October 30, 2023. Man, I'll tell you what, 2 months. Shoot, 2 months and we're going to be writing 2024 on our checks. Good grief, got all the holidays coming up. Mercy me. All right, let's take a look at this. Nothing has changed. Nothing changed over the weekend. Nothing has changed pre-market. I guess if there's any kind of bullish, positive movement here, we've got an inside day. Woohoo! Doesn't make for a good bullish day, though. Not yet. Price is still below the T-line. The T-line is below the trend indicator. Not good. Trend indicator below the 50-period moving average. Not good. Price and T-line is below the 500-period moving average and the 200-period moving average. Not good. Anytime I said the word not good, that was meant for the bulls. For the bears, it is excellent for the bears. You just have to wait for that entry here. What I see here, this little red space I have in here, that's what I see is where we could yet come down and we could find a little bit of buying pressure coming in this area somewhere. If we don't make it there, that's perfectly fine for me. That's absolutely fine for me. If we want to rally up, I think what we're going to need to see, and I think we need to be somewhat picky about that. Really picky. I think we need to see a rally from wherever, whether it's today, tomorrow, the next day. We need to move up. We need to pull back. And we need to break out of wherever that high is. That'll give us a low, high, higher, low, higher, high. That will say that more than one drunken bull came in to town. One drunken sailor, I guess, maybe. If we don't do that, well, the breakout will tell us that there's more than one drunken bull in town. If we don't break out, there's just a drunk bull running around the streets and everybody just standing out of the way. So follow the trend. Very key there. Follow the trend. We better go look at, doggone it. Oh, here it is. I have a routine sheet that I pull up here. Let's take a look at the weekly chart. If you look at the SPY on the weekly chart, there's nothing that's changed. We're up a little bit, but that doesn't mean anything. The trend is still down. Sellers still have control. Buyers, we need buyer control to be a buyer, to put everything in your advantage. IYT, back to the daily. IYT, we've got an inside day. Woohoo. Doesn't mean anything to the end of the day. And truthfully, it doesn't mean anything till we see if we get follow through or what the next candle is. For those that don't know, candlesticks are not bottom picking tools and they're not top picking tools. Candlestick tools are the kind of tools that give you the signs of a top and the signs of a bottom, and then you trade that really sweet stuff right in the middle. That's what you trade. Candlesticks is not a bottom picking or a top picking game. There's ways to top pick, way to bottom pick. That's fine if that's what you want to do. But candlesticks are about the middle is what they are. So we want to let this prove that the bulls are going to come in here, not just a wimpy old inside day candle before the market opens up, okay? XLI, still in a downtrend. And if you look at XLI, the first thing I see on this chart, the absolute first thing I see on this chart is this right here. I saw this down, up, down. Look at that. Down, up, down. That's where I first saw it. I opened this chart up and it just hit me in the forehead. So when you see something like this, that is clearly a downtrend. Make no mistake of it. There are definitely relief rallies you can trade. And we could get one this week or next week or the week after. You could absolutely get one. But until this has changed, until this changes directions, bears have control. So what is the direction? Direction's down. How do you know when the direction has changed? When that line right there is broken, that's trading 101. We just connect the tops, that creates a trend line. So the trend is changing once we break out over that line. Simple. Now, that doesn't mean that this can't be traded to the long side in here. It can be, absolutely. And there's no doubt in my mind that we will. But you have to do it with the idea that there's still overall bearish control. So the sellers are still here. And it looks like they're going to be here yet for a few days. Let's see, T2122. Let's run over here. T2122 is very oversold. Oversold doesn't mean, oh, buy it. The bulls are coming into town. That's not what that means. Although I think a lot of people will read a book, watch a video course or something, and it seems like at the end that's what they actually think. Hey, we're oversold. Let's buy on any price spark we get. No, that's not what that means. We need that price spark to confirm. We need to confirm that the fire gets bigger from that spark, and we need to figure that we need to see that that spark is moving, or that fire is now moving throughout the chart in a bullish way. And then this is just confirmation, or this is just letting you know, hoo-hoo, we're oversold. Like, you need that, but some people do. All right, let's come over here and let's look at T2123. I think these, to me, these are very important charts. Probably my number one indicator that I use, more times than not, it's my only indicator outside of moving averages and candlesticks. 60-minute over here at the bottom right is still very bearish, nothing bullish. 15-minute over here on the far left, lower left. We ended the day, yet Friday, a little bit with a bullish candle, but until that dot is green, you've just got a bear and a bull is trying to sneak up. A bull has tried to sneak up before, and they just become bear meat. That's it. So let it sneak up. If it's going to sneak up, let it prove itself, okay? All right. Boom. Let's look at some charts. I don't even know what I have up here. Does anyone have any charts you want to take a look at? Maybe we'll do that. In the meantime, I'm going to look at some NVIDIA. I'm actually going to flag that up here. There we go. NVIDIA is still short. Why do I think that? Well, we have a top up here. We have a head and shoulders. For somebody that doesn't know what a head and shoulders is, this is a shoulder, this is a head, and this is a shoulder. To explain that a little bit more, a shoulder lifts up. It's a high. Think of this. Here, let's do it this way. Make it blue, make it big. Think of this as the arm. There's your arm. There's your shoulder. This is part of your shoulder. We're getting into your neck area. This is your head. You're getting into your neck area here, and then this is your shoulder. And so you have that lift up, or maybe I should have done it this way. Lift up. It's got shoulder pads. Who knows what shoulder pads are? See, up, boom, shoulder pads down. That is a head and shoulders right there. We're below the 50-period moving average. Price is below the T-line. T-line's below the trend indicator. Now, here's the chart setup. What we want to do now is wait for the price to come to our entry zone, our trap, the place we want it. Kind of like somebody that waits for a week, a month, 2 months, 3 months, a year for something to go on sale. You want something really, really bad. You really, 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 really want it. So you're checking all the sales because you know that one of these days it's going to go on sale. And when it goes on sale, that means it's come into your trap, into your entry zone. So when that happens, now you can put that entry in there and you can trade that chart, okay? Hey, Mike, thank you very much for posting that. WFRD. I'm going to have to say bullish right now, Mike. Can't say that I'm in love with the chart, but I'm going to have to say bullish, and that's because the price is above the T-line. The T-line's above the trend indicator. Trend indicator is above the 50-period moving average. I can't say that I particularly like this this high. Sorry about that. I can't say that I like that. If the bulls were to break this out, I would have a different attitude toward it. maybe a little more toward the bullish side for sure. But while it's in here, I don't have an attitude toward it one way or another. For bearishness, I think this is going to have to drop down a little bit. So right here is just a zone that's going to suck people in to that game of stock picking with, just make sure you have your tools on board and you're able to trade that chart. Okay, that's just my thought on that, Mike. So thank you very much for that. IFF, again, going to have to look at a long chart. I like this one, by the way. This is nice. This is one of our flagship strategies. This is the rounded bottom breakout. We're not 100% perfect, but I'll show you what makes it perfect. Let's start with the double bottom. I think that's a 2 thumbs up. That's a good little check mark to have in your chart when you're looking at it. You can see here. Let's do this. See how we lift it up, and then we put this bottom in right here. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to move this out of the way, okay? This really should be on this top right here, but we're going to be working in here, and I didn't want to mess it up. The point is, there is where we started to lift. We could also put a line in here like this where we lifted higher. So we've got a low, a higher low, a higher low. I love this chart. Here we came up and tested that 50-period moving average. That's the blue line right here. We pulled back. That's okay. And here we popped up again. You've actually got a little, one could even call it a little J-hook kind of setup. Here we popped up again. The important thing to me is the T-line, which is the black line, is greater than the green dots, which is the trend indicator. That shows me bullish momentum based on the T-line and the trend indicator, okay? So we've got 2 good bars here, Thursday and Friday. It looks like we're opening up today showing, I wouldn't say super bullishness, but hey, we're doing a good job opening up at the top end of that. I like this chart. Now, rounded bottom breakout. It is a rounded bottom breakout with a couple of not quites. And the not quite is we're just not over the 50-period moving average with the T-line or the trend indicator. We're awfully close. I love the chart. I'm going to flag that chart. I think that's got a possible trade. If there's any negative to this, I'm going to look at the earnings coming up on November 6th. That would be the negative for me outside. I love that chart. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. Appreciate you throwing that in there. All right, what else do we have? Anyone else? HL, did we already look at HL? No, we did not. HL. This is a confirmed rounded bottom breakout. So here we have a bottom, right? Low, high, higher, low, higher, high. We've come back and made a higher low. Notice the trend indicator is over the 50-period moving average. The T-line is over the trend indicator, and price is now moving over the T-line. This is pre-market right here. So that's a nice, what we call a PBO, pullback opportunity, kind of the making of a J-hook chart pattern, which is, excuse me, nothing more than a continuation pattern. If you look at any bullish chart that has been bullish for any kind of period of time, it could be 20 days, it could be 30 days, it could be 100 days. What you're going to see is price will rally and it will come back. Price will rally and it will come back. Now, there may be some, rallies and then just right hand moves. I didn't do that very well, did I? There we go. Right hand moves, not necessarily a pullback, but just resting, and then there'll be rallies, then there might be that pullback and rallies, and then it might just move sideways. All bullish charts do that. All bullish charts. Okay, everyone. Not cherry picking, 100%. So this is possibly starting that. Now, we don't know that this, how high this is going to go. We have no clue how high this is going to go. But what we do know is that if we follow the trend, what we'll do is we'll get opportunity handed to us, okay? And this is a great chart for opportunity handed to us. Terrific chart. I have a couple minutes. Let me run. Whoops. Let me run through a couple of that's on here. Move that over. Let's take a look at GBC here. So look how that's been bullish. How we're pulling back to a bull flag now. That looks great. So here we are coming off the T-line or resting on the T-line, a T-line trade. T-line's above the trend indicator. I'm looking for positive trading on GBTC. NEP, one of those that's not a rounded bottom breakout. This is a, what we're going to call for now anyway, a trade from the trend indicator to the 50 period moving average. I think it's setting up quite nice. There's a nice little Fig Newton chart pattern. This is important to go backwards and look how we got there. Fig Newton chart pattern. We've come back with a little sideways action, pop out of the box. You might even call it a flag. And here we've popped up. We rallied higher with confirmation, and now we're moving sideways. I still see the target up here as around the 50 period moving average. We're going to do Chewy, and then we're going to call it a morning here. There's Chewy. There we go. Look at Chewy coming up. Let's put, boom. Let's put this right here. Low, high, higher, lower, double bottoms. They're kind of they're in the same world to me. One has no more power than the other, in my opinion. There we are right there. We have a doji, a bullish engulf that got us up this far, and that is a good candle pattern right there. It got us up this far. We're above the trend indicator. We're above the T-line. This big fat line at 1845 is where I'm looking for this to move over, and then that will be a buy for me. So price above 1840 is what I'm going to look at for a possible trade, with the possibility of moving up here. And one of my targets is, I guess, is going to be right there. Actually, one of my targets is right here, 2125. There we go. We'll call that good right in there. Okay. All right. I want to thank everybody. I absolutely appreciate it. Hey, remember to check our social media channels, please. The new contest is out there, and you have a chance of winning $250 if you come within 2 cents of the market close on Wednesday. Plus, we're going to give some Visa cards away to four people that are the closest, okay? All right, check it out. Thanks a lot. We'll see everybody at the bottom of the hour. Take care.